I'm Larry Menti. Coming up on Jersey Matters. Atlantic City is betting on 2 new casinos, while the state of New Jersey is placing a wager on legalized sports betting. We'll talk with the man in charge of the brand new Hard Rock Casino in Atlantic City, who's optimistic about the city's future. And it's not just new casinos coming to AC, new concert venues, big name acts, and new nightclubs. We'll give you a preview. We'll also check in on the competition at the other casinos in Atlantic City and in other states. And we'll talk with Bill Pascrell III, the main man behind the scenes who made sports betting legal across the country. But we begin in Atlantic City at the Hard Rock. Hard Rock Atlantic City President and General Manager Matt Harkness. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you, Larry.
To you personally and also to Hard Rock for the casino. The people in Atlantic City are very excited. I've talked to the mayor, talked to council people, I've talked to even other casinos are happy that you're coming. And I understand why they're excited. Why would you be excited about Atlantic City? Because they've been in demise now for some time.
I think that the demise, if that's really the right word, of Atlantic City is overrated. I think I think it's important to understand, I was out of this, my person was out of this market for about 12 years, working the Chicago market. I certainly paid attention to what was going on here. When I was offered the position with Hard Rock, I really started looking into the numbers, and it's very true that the city has declined over the years. There's about $5.5 billion in gaming revenue, which is a really important metric that we use to look at where a jurisdiction is in terms of how it compares to the rest of the country. But that 5.2 million was at its peak. 5.5 million was its peak in the mid-2000s, and it decreased from there and went to about 2.5 billion. But that 2.5 billion is still the second largest of any jurisdiction in the country, second to Las Vegas, which since the opening of resorts in 1978, Atlantic City has always been the second largest market in the country, and it still maintains that. So if anybody started out with a new market and was at 2.5 billion, that would be an incredible success story. And what people, I think, lose sight of is that Atlantic City is an incredibly viable resort. It's perfectly located near very strategic locations with North Jersey, right down the Parkway, the expressway leading from Philadelphia. It's a resort, and it's been a resort for well over 100 years, and a very successful resort because of its proximity to those locations, as well as what it offers in terms of amenities with the boardwalk, and now where we're sitting right now with the walk. It's a very, very viable resort, and from a gaming standpoint, it's a very, very viable market. So when I personally came back here after having worked here 25 years, left for 12, and coming back now, personally and professionally very excited to be a part of this. And I think that the opportunity exists for when you look at the investment that's going into the city now, the opportunity exists for that market to grow again. It's been growing, it's been slowly growing from where it was kind of at its lowest, but again, second largest market in the country. But we think that we're going to be a part of more growth.
Let me stay on this for 1 minute.
Certainly.
Only because everybody saw the pictures of all the casinos closing up, including your new location.
Yep.
And since that contraction, the other casinos have started to make money. Some were already making money, but now they're across the board they're making money. So the contraction was a good thing. Now you have 2 new casinos coming in.
Sure.
Can the 2 new casinos with all the casinos sustain that growth?
I believe so. I think that we're going to grow the market. What we're doing at Hard Rock is we're coming in with really a new paradigm in terms of the entertainment that we're going to bring into the city, as well as we've taken a building that has a worth of literally billions of dollars in today's market, in today's dollars for what its bones are, the structure of it. The 2 major towers, 2,000 rooms, very, very large casino space, huge a retail space. It's a 6,000 seat arena. When you add to that the over $500 million that has been put in for refurbishment This really just decor and getting the place to be modernized. I shouldn't speak of it lightly because it's $500 million of making every square inch of the place brand new. The value of what that property is going to be when we open is well above $500 million that was put into it. So I'm sorry, yeah, it's literally in the billions of dollars in terms of the value of the building. Mm-hmm. So that type of investment into this market and with the success that Hard Rock has had as a brand and as a casino brand really around the world, I think will grow this market, especially with the entertainment product we're putting out.
Hard Rock was part of the effort to bring casino gambling to North Jersey.
Yes.
In a referendum and going into the Meadowlands. Now that you're open in South Jersey, I know they still want to come back with a referendum. Will you still be involved? Will you still be interested in North Jersey now that you're in South Jersey?
Right now the focus is Atlantic City. The focus is getting this property open. I think that this market, like I said, is very, very viable. This is a big project that we're opening. We're going to have almost 4,000 people working in the building between the people that are working directly for us as well as third-party vendors that we have. So the focus right now is getting.
From your answer, can I take it that you're not as interested in the Meadowlands anymore?
Like I said, we're focused on Atlantic City.
Ocean Resorts is opening on the exact same day as you, and I know why they did it. Are you upset at that?
Oh, not at all. No, I think it's great. I think the more excitement that comes to Atlantic City, the better it is for everybody. Going back to how viable the market is, when there's quarterly reports put out by the state, this market right now has 4 properties that are showing gross operating profit of over $100 million. Other than Las Vegas, I don't think there's any place else that has that kind of market. One of those properties is doing over $300 million in profit. So there's a lot of money that's being made here, and the growth potential exists. We know that this has been a viable market in the past. It's very viable right now. So I think that the added capacity is a positive thing based on what's going on nationally with the economy and what's happening with the market as we see the growth.
Okay, let's get to the good stuff now. Take me inside. What's going to be exciting about the new Hard Rock?
I'm glad you asked, Larry. It's going to be beautiful. When the original building, I was actually there. I was one of the employees at the Taj Mahal when it opened in 1990. So I'm very familiar with the building, worked there for many years. And what I can tell you is that the bones of it are very good. The casino is very well situated. Around it are the amenities. Like I said, there's a 6,000 seat arena, which is absolutely spectacular. We've redone that. Great acoustics, more seating, incredible sight lines, just a spectacular venue. In addition to that, there's a 1,500 seat theater. We have 20 restaurants from quick bites to gourmet meals. It's going to be spectacular. 2,000 rooms, many suites, just beautiful.
And part of the Hard Rock's DNA has always been music, has always been rock music. And you have some of the biggest names coming in. Can you throw some of them out to us?
I can. Our opening weekend is Carrie Underwood, which is obviously a huge act. Pitbull's going to be the following night. We've got a bunch of other stuff that's happening. Christina Aguilera, Maroon 5, Toby Keith. It just goes on and on. I mean, the list is honestly too long for one person to remember, but it's a lot of people.
The state's very excited about sports betting.
Yes.
And you're going to have a sports book, right?
We're not going to open with a sports book, but it's something we're taking a very hard look at for post-opening.
And the state's very excited about it because of the tax revenue, and there's been estimates of $100 million in tax revenue. I was surprised to learn that, and you would know this from your other properties, that sports book's a small portion of the profit. And some people told me it was 2%.
In Las Vegas, that's the case. In Las Vegas, it is a small percent, but it adds another amenity to the gaming and non-gaming person that wants to go there. There's people that never played a slot machine, never played a table game, but they wager on sports. So that is a person that is currently not coming to Atlantic City and may now come because of sportsbooks. So I think it is a good thing. Obviously, New Jersey is on the forefront of fighting very hard over a very long period of time to get this Supreme Court case. And I think it's great that it's here now.
One of the things that hurt Atlantic City was when casino gambling was legalized in other states.
Yes.
Now that, and you're part of this, now that Atlantic City is stepping up its game,
yep.
Do you see the competition in other states increasing, or are they limited by their own legislation?
One of the things that is really a benefit for Atlantic City, New Jersey, is the tax rate on gaming revenue. It's been very stable. It's been the same since 1978, and it's much, much lower than our competing states. So Pennsylvania, Maryland, New York, much higher tax rates. So we're able to invest more capital back into the properties. We're able to do more with, quite frankly, with our marketing. So it's definitely a more business-friendly market in New Jersey for casinos.
And that's been consistent. That's been consistent from the very beginning. As other taxes went up, that one did not go up.
It's absolutely the truth.
You have to tell us your secret. Thank you, sir.
Larry,
I appreciate
pleasure.
you talking to me. Matt Harkness is the president and general manager of Hard Rock Casino, Atlantic City. We're coming right back. When we come back, how do the other casinos in Atlantic City feel about the new kids on the block? We'll find out when Jersey Matters continues.
I was an unemployed veteran.
I served because it was my dream.
September 11th happened my senior year. I wanted to serve my country.
After injury, I felt scared, worried, concerned.
I just remember sitting there trying to move my legs.
First person I saw after my wife was a Paralyzed Veterans of America member.
They gave me the outlet to find a career now.
They focus on the accessibility for our lives.
They helped me get to a point where I'm at now, where I can have a job, have a family, live life the way I want to live life. To support our work, visit pva.org.